Remember the rhythm of your right foot should be brake, 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 gas. Steering into the corner and shifting down should be done simultaneously. Next up is the fake drift, where you create large weight transition by force.
When weight transition is difficult to make just by braking, you shift the weight with a feint movement. Quickly steer like this, and at this point, my foot is off the gas. And when I juke the car like this, the car bounces back with the weight, and that's when I step on the gas pedal. It's just like a pendulum, and you use that return force to make the weight transition. Here too, I've stepped on the gas, all the way for a second, before I let go, in order to get the car to slide. Once the car is in sliding mode, release the foot from the gas, and control. I used to do this a lot on snow. If you're going too slow, you have to step on the gas to make it happen. But if you're going fast enough, and you steer to the left and quickly steer back to the right, your tail will automatically start to slide. But you know, I wasn't that good back then, so my car would lose speed while I was doing all that. That's when I learned to give the car some gas to make the car slide, so that I can drift, even at such speeds.
Because of the inertial force from the feint action, the braking doesn't have to be as strong as the braking drift. It's all physics and dynamics, but the rhythm of the right foot is always the same.
Okay, shall we try this dynamic drifting? This one's pretty difficult, so even professional racing drivers like us can't always get it right. Drifting begins from stepping off the gas, just like the Fuji Speedway's 100R or the final corner at Tsuchiya. Unbelievable. That was awesome. It's so tempting to brake. Here in Ebisu, this 100R corner is a third gear corner. You step on the gas all the way in third gear. Then the difficult part is where you release your foot from the gas pedal for a second. You're coming in with enough speed in third gear. Steer into the corner, and the moment you release the gas, you start to slide. On this particular track, you need to get ready for the final corner at this point and slow down. But for now, we'll ignore that to show you guys this dynamic drifting. So when you release the gas, your tail will slide. Then you just counter steer and control. I use this a lot at the Fuji Speedway's 100R corner. I charge in without braking and just instantly let go of the gas. And when the tail starts to drift, I just counter steer and slam on the gas as I exit the corner. You do this at the final corner at Tsuchiya. There are some cars that can plunge into the corner without braking at all. In a Miata, you can dynamic drift in Maze, go right in at full speed, and by releasing the throttle, you can initiate the tail slide. From there, it's just counter steering and stepping on the gas again at the exit. And that's what I call dynamic drifting.
This is an example of not how he stepped off the gas, but how Tsuchiya was able to avoid crashing. His lightning-quick steering work is simply unbelievable.
So that was dynamic drifting, which is the ultimate form of all drifting. That wraps up the 6 basic techniques of drifting. I won't recommend the dynamic drifting at the early stages of learning how to drift, since it can be dangerous. With the mastering of all these 6 basic techniques, you too will be able to drift like a pro. The first thing you have to do if you want to take up drifting is not to be afraid. Try to have fun. Don't think too much about weight transition, dynamic drifting, and your suspension setup. Visit a track, go out there and start pulling the e-brake. That's the best way to learn how to drift. After you get the hang of it, try to use all 6 techniques at various corners. Take your car to as many tracks as possible and try different styles of drift. And again, be safe and have fun.
The art of Tsuchiya's drifting is that no matter which track it is, or what car he's driving, he can drift beautifully. Why is this possible? Let's see why Tsuchiya is called the Drift King at Maze Circuit.
We're at Maze Circuit in Niigata Prefecture. I hope you understood the basic techniques that I showed you at Ebisu. Here at Maze, we're going to be applying those basic techniques to high-level drifting. As you can see from the track layout, Maze Circuit is composed of many types of corners, from low to mid-speed corners to high-speed corners, where I can show you the e-brake drifting, power-over drifting, and dynamic drifting. Well, the dynamic is too dangerous here, so we'll try a combination of the brake drifting and dynamic. And we'll show you how to do this with various types of cars, actual cars that you might own. I'll show you how to drift with cars that won't turn well, or have strong oversteer, or even cars with very little power.
Here is a demo run by Tsuchiya in a nicely tuned S14 Sylvia.
I have to warm up my tires first. This slightly wet condition can make the car oversteer or understeer in certain corners. So, let's warm up the tires and the brakes first.
How will Tsuchiya control his S14 on this surface? The G-ball will indicate the weight transition at each corner.
It's wet here, so I'll just pull the e-brake to avoid the understeer. For the first couple of laps, I'll demonstrate the braking drift with this K-Office S14. This S14 is modified with a great suspension system that allows the car to perform high-speed drifting. I should be able to clear all corners with the braking drift. You know, no matter which track you're at, which corner you're going through, what you have to do is basically the same. It doesn't matter if you're in Ebisu or Maze. It's the same thing. Braking drift is controlled by the braking power, your braking touch. Oh, it's wet here, so I should take it easy. According to the length of each corner, you need to adjust the force of your braking. I went into that corner too fast. It's all wet here. See? I'm doing the same thing. No matter where I go, this is how I do it. But remember, you have to adjust your speed, braking power, and steering angle for each corner. What do you do when it's all wet like this? Just pull the old e-brake. In corners where understeer is strong, just pull the e-brake. It's best not to use it too much, but you can do it when you're still learning. Oops, that was understeering right there. Here again. My drifting is a bit wild, isn't it?